There's a lot of story packed into the 4 games in the Batman Arkham series. With a vast cast of characters and plenty of twists and turns along the way, it can be fairly easy to forget everything that's happened in Gotham so far. Don't worry though, we're here to tell you all about the important stuff in as succinct way as we can.
Assassins, sir? As in more than one?
That's right.
And you heard this from the mouth of a crocodile, man?
Set 2 years into his career, Arkham Origins sees Batman survive one snowy night in Gotham. On Christmas Eve, organised crime lord Black Mask places a $50 million bounty on the Dark Knight, and 8 of the world's deadliest assassins compete for the prize. After fending off attacks from Killer Croc, Electrocutioner and Deathstroke, Batman learns from the Penguin that Black Mask has apparently been murdered.
Black Mask dead. I'm on my way there now.
After investigating the scene of the crime and raiding the Gotham City Police's databases, Batman concludes that Black Mask was not murdered, but in fact kidnapped by a theatrical new villain who goes by the name of the Joker. Posing as Black Mask and taking control of his criminal empire, it was actually the Joker who put out the contract on Batman's life.
It's been you this whole time.
The Caped Crusader tracks down and apprehends the Joker, who is incarcerated at Blackgate, but his imprisonment doesn't last long. After inciting a riot, the Joker takes over the prison and forces Batman and the GCPD to intervene. In a final confrontation, Batman finds Joker in an electric chair wired up to Bane's heartbeat. Joker offers a choice: either kill Bane or allow him to live and use his heartbeat to charge up the chair and electrocute the Joker. By using electrical gauntlets, Batman manages to stop Bane's heart and trick the Joker into believing Batman has killed him. After reviving and capturing Bane, Batman finally subdues the Joker and has him arrested.
Any one of my guys would have killed him.
The city deserves better than that.
Arkham Asylum opens with a captured Joker being escorted to the titular institute by an older, more experienced Batman. The Caped Crusader is suspicious of his archenemy and claims that he's allowed himself to be caught as part of some grand scheme. Well, as quick as you can say holy vindication, Batman, Harley Quinn hijacks security and sets the Clown Prince's plan in motion.
Honey, I'm home.
Come on in.
As Batman deals with escaped supervillains and Scarecrow's fear toxin, it's revealed that Arkham's doctor, Penelope Young, has been experimenting on Bane. After burying the burly mumbler under half a ceiling, Batman learns that Dr. Young is developing Titan, a more potent version of the venom steroid coursing through Bane's veins.
She drained the venom from my blood.
Joker wants to use this drug to build his own army of super soldiers, so naturally Batman has to put a stop to this. He rescues Dr. Young from the clutches of Victor Zsasz before he can strike another notch, but she is killed seconds later in an explosion. Batman discovers that the Joker is producing Titan from genetically engineered plants in the Arkham Botanical Gardens. He consults sometimes foe, currently friend Poison Ivy for help in creating an antidote. Shockingly, the spores needed for an antidote are in a less than ideal place, the sewer lair of Killer Croc.
You didn't think it would be easy, did you?
While Batman is on the hunt for them, Joker injects Ivy with Titan, causing giant mutated plants to swarm the island. After socking Croc, Batman manages to create a single dose of antidote just before Ivy's plants destroy his equipment. This is already turning into quite a busy night for the Bat, but it isn't over yet. After defeating his sometimes friend, currently foe, Poison Ivy and her giant plants, Batman is lured by the Joker to the visitor center, where a party is waiting for him along with a captured Commissioner Gordon. Diving in front of a shot of Titan meant for Gordon, Batman takes the dose for himself. This naturally angers the Joker, prompting him to take a huge helping of Titan and transform into an actual monster.
Ready for the next round? Always. What?
A rooftop battle takes place and Batman ends his rival's plans with an explosive punch. Those injected with Titan begin to return to normal as Batman returns to Gotham City. Meanwhile, a single crate of Titan is seen floating in the ocean.
Imprisoned behind these walls, gang leaders are fighting a bloody war in the middle of our once great city.
1 year later and the landscape is drastically different in Gotham. Blackgate Prison is overflowing, so Mayor Quincy Sharp turns Gotham's slums into a huge facility called Arkham City to house criminals. But Sharp is merely a puppet for Hugo Strange, who allows for the criminal population to run amok in this new district. Bruce Wayne isn't the biggest fan of this new arrangement, so holds a press conference to express his concerns, but is arrested by Strange and his Tiger mercenaries. Wayne is then imprisoned in Arkham City. Strange then continues his preparations for the mysterious Protocol 10.
And now that we have you, Protocol 10 is ready to begin.
It's not looking great for Bruce, but after a handy care package from Alfred, he resumes his role as the world's greatest detective. After bumping into Two-Face and Catwoman, Batman visits Joker in the hope that he'll know what Protocol 10 is all about. Joker is critically ill after pumping his body full of Titan 1 year earlier. Rather than tell him all about Protocol 10,
Protocol 10? Never heard of it.
Joker instead performs a transfusion, infects Batman with the Titan disease, and tells him that all of Gotham's hospitals have also been infected. As if Batman didn't have enough problems already, he now must search for a cure for both himself and the population of Gotham. This leads him to Mr. Freeze, who had been working on a cure before being kidnapped by the Penguin. After defeating Cobblepot, Batman frees Freeze so he can get back to work. One more ingredient is needed for the cure though.
It needs a restorative element. Some kind of reforming enzyme.
The Lazarus Pit-infused blood of Ra's al Ghul. After tracking down and defeating the Al Ghul family, Batman returns to Freeze with the final ingredient. The cure is developed and promptly stolen by Harley Quinn, who appears to use it to bring the Joker back to health. Strange finally reveals the purpose of Protocol 10. To wipe out all of Arkham's criminal populace. As Tiger troops begin executing inmates, Batman makes his way to Strange and shuts down Protocol 10. Ra's al Ghul appears and reveals himself as the true villain behind the Arkham City initiative.
You may have defeated Strange, but this is just the beginning.
With his dying breath, Strange sets his lair to self-destruct, and Ra's then kills himself to avoid capture by Batman. Before Bruce has a second to rest though, Joker threatens to kill Talia al Ghul unless he hands over Mr. Freeze's cure. But Joker is stabbed by Talia, who reveals she stole the antidote from Harley. Talia is then suddenly killed by a second Joker, who appears still affected by the Titan illness. The first, presumed dead Joker then shapeshifts into Clayface, who has been helping out the Joker all along.
I give you
Batman defeats Clayface, drinks the antidote, and destroys Al Ghul's Lazarus Pit, all before Joker has a chance to use it to secure everlasting life. Batman considers curing Joker with the last antidote, but the clown strikes and the vial smashes, leaving Joker without a cure. Joker eventually dies from the illness as Batman places his body on a police car, leaving the scene in silence.
Batman, what happened?
This is how it happened. This is how the Batman died.
Gotham is a safer place 9 months after the death of the Joker, but Scarecrow is back to wreak havoc by unleashing his fear toxin. A full evacuation of the city once again conveniently just leaves criminals on the streets. With the help of Oracle, Batman tracks Scarecrow to Ace Chemicals, but is interrupted by a mysterious new villain, the Arkham Knight.
Of course, you're thinking, who the hell is this guy?
After overcoming them, Batman confronts Scarecrow, who reveals he's kidnapped Oracle. Batman succumbs to fear toxin before he can catch Scarecrow. The toxin produces vivid hallucinations of Joker, who Batman has been having visions of due to the blood transfusion performed 9 months earlier. After recovering, Batman tracks down the Cloudburst, a machine designed to distribute the toxin on a mass scale, but the Arkham Knight takes it for himself. Batman finds Oracle, but as he attempts to rescue her, she's exposed to the fear toxin and commits suicide out of fear. Back at Batman's base, Robin, fearing that Batman is slowly turning into Joker, tries to imprison him, but the tables are turned as Robin is locked away instead by a stubborn Batman.
We can help you! You don't need to do this!
The Cloudburst is then used by the Arkham Knight and the city is swamped in fear toxin. Batman once again goes to Poison Ivy for assistance, who agrees to help and clears the skies with the aid of an ancient tree. It's successful, but comes at the expense of Ivy's life and the Joker's growing presence inside Batman due to extended exposure to the toxin. The Dark Knight presses on, discovering that the Arkham Knight is Jason Todd, the previous Robin who was supposedly killed at the hands of the Joker. Instead, he was tortured and transformed into a villain. Batman offers to help him, but Todd appears to have lost all faith in him after he was left to die.
You left me to rot in that abandoned wing of Arkham for over a year! With him.
Todd escapes, and Batman confronts Scarecrow once again, where he discovers that Oracle's death was merely a toxin vision. Batman rescues her, but Scarecrow kidnaps her father, Commissioner Gordon, in response. Scarecrow then launches an onslaught on the Gotham City Police Department in an attempt to leave Batman without allies. This distraction allows Scarecrow to take Robin hostage while the battle rages. In no position to negotiate, Batman surrenders to Scarecrow in order to save both Gordon and Robin, and is taken to what remains of Arkham Asylum. Here, Scarecrow reveals Batman's true identity to the world, while continually exposing him to the toxin. A battle then takes place inside Wayne's mind between Batman and the Joker. Batman eventually wins and banishes the Joker for good. Todd then arrives to save Batman, who uses the fear toxin on Scarecrow to finally defeat him.
What's wrong? Scared.
After Gotham appears to restore itself to a level of normality, Bruce goes home to Wayne Manor and activates the Nightfall Protocol. His home then suddenly explodes, presumably killing both him and Alfred. Later, a couple are ambushed in an alleyway, but are saved by a mysterious figure who bears a resemblance to Batman.
What the hell?
Well, there you have it, the timeline of the Arkham series so far. If you want more Batman, then why not check out these videos.